First summer, oof, I'd say it was a roller coaster for sure.
I'm Tanner Nappy, college graduate from University of Central Missouri. I originally got major in business management and a minor in entrepreneurship. Born and raised or not born and raised, but I was born in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and I was a military kid growing up. So I was used to traveling throughout the course of the country. Like I lived in Colorado for 4 years, Minnesota for 1, and I spent most of my life being raised overseas through Germany and Guam, and then I moved to Missouri my freshman year of high school and finished off my high school career and college career there. It actually found out by accident. So basically, for one of my my entrepreneurship classes, we have a whole company, and so the class of 140 students is divided into 3. So there'd be a president, vice president, secretary, social chair, and we'd come up with a product, and we'd try to sell the product on campus, either faculty, staff, students, and our product were blankets. So we talked to a distributor in China and had the blankets shipped to Missouri and had the school's logo on there, and just imagine a whole table just full of boxes, and I had 5 blankets in my hands, and I was like, all right, I'm supposed to go sell these blankets, and I've never done anything like this before. So I walked down the second floor onto the first floor. I saw these I told myself, all right, I'm gonna talk to the first people I see and ask them if they want to buy a blanket. So I saw these 2 guys and with 5 blankets in my hands, and I was like, do you guys want to buy a blanket? And they're like, how much are they? I said $20, and I'm like, cool. So then I kind of put the blankets over on the table, and I asked them what they were doing, and they were like, yeah, we're holding information meeting for a summer internship. You can come by if you want. You don't have to. So I can remember I think it was on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock-ish. So it was a room full of 10, 15 kids, and I thought it was something super cool, something that I wanted to work for, and here I am 5 years later. My dream job is to be an entrepreneur, start my own health and fitness company. So how I got into that was it was kind of my bucket list almost, because I wanted to compete in a bodybuilding competition, and I had no idea anything about bodybuilding. I know I grew up playing 3 sports. I was a 3 varsity sport athlete, and I was like, okay, something interesting. So I kind of got working out probably all throughout high school, and then 9 months I got pretty chiseled down. I did the whole spray painting, not spray painting, what's it called? Spray tan. So I got the spray tan and everything, looked up all pretty boyed up on stage, and I thought, this would be kind of cool, because after I competed, then people started asking me hey, can you help me with health and fitness and nutrition, all these things. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can just show them of what I did, and I definitely see a path in that. So either I want to start a health and fitness company, I want to get into real estate, and those are my 2 things right now that I'm mostly focused on.
First summer, oof, I'd say it was a roller coaster for sure. I was honestly not good my first summer. I was a really cocky, arrogant fraternity guy, because I've been good at a lot of stuff in my life. I was good at sports. I was on the social chair for my fraternity, so I was in charge of having parties at my house and having a couple hundred people there, and just making the themes and planning socials and all these things. And I was good at that, and I realized all right, I'm just gonna carry that same stuff over to the summer. No, Did not work. So yeah, I sucked my first 3 weeks, and honestly, my whole summer, I was probably not. I wasn't a top first year. Nope. I probably made around 6 grand my first summer, 5-ish. So below average, basically. I was a below average first year. Probably one of the worst ones, I would say. But I don't know what it was. There was something there that I wanted to get out from it, because yes, money is great. A lot of kids are motivated by money. And I personally had to take out student loans, and I realized that, hey, student loans aren't monopoly money, so I actually got to pay it back. But what I got from my first summer was something that I couldn't get from a normal internship, because I had a Northwestern Mutual internship lined up. I found out at a career fair, and I found out Southwestern by accident. So I realized that after I was going to do Northwestern Mutual, I was going to be in the office just doing phone calls all day, and I realized that I didn't want to do that. It wasn't for me. So my first summer, I got like confidence. I got communication skills, and it was just this aura, you know? It's like the guy who told me about Southwestern in my informational meeting, he had this it's like this vibe that he had that I wanted to have. And so after my first summer, I wanted to prove to myself as for redemption. So I was like, you know what? I learned the value of schedule my first summer, of how important it is, and I was not on the best schedule at all, just being honest. And I was off schedule, and I didn't really basically do what they told me to do, because I thought I knew everything, and I just thought that I could use the work ethic that I learned from sports to do the job. But also, you need to be like consistently learn and being smart too, just not throwing spaghetti against the wall and expecting it to stick every time. It's gonna fall. So yeah, that's basically how my first summer went.
Okay, cool. And so obviously you're going on to multiple summers. So
Yeah.
like what was kind of the rationale behind that? And what new things have you gained kind of from sticking around?
Yeah, so after my second summer, it's my Southwestern career has been kind of interesting, not normal, I would say. My first summer, it was a rough summer. Second summer, I grew, yes, a little financially, but not as much as I did. I went from like 600 units to like 800 my second summer, so like a very small increase. But that's when I just kind of like, I wasn't preparing, and I just think that maybe I needed a kick in the ass, honestly, as far as like growing up goes, because I had this fake confidence almost. Like I put on this mask, and I just thought that, hey, everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna work out somehow. I don't know how, but without putting in the work. So I realized that in order for me to be successful in life, I'm gonna have to do the work. And that's what I learned my third summer. Third summer, I beat my first 2 summers combined. And that's where I learned the value of a good schedule. So, and that's what I'm starting to learn, the value of impact. Because yes, this is honestly the best thing, and it's helped change my life incredibly. Like I don't know where I would be without Southwestern, finding out by accident. But I just think that there's something here that can help me become a better dad, a better husband, better business owner, a better leader. And so that's why I keep coming back, is because if I can help a college student, if I can help a family or a little kid, if I can just help change one thing that would change the whole trajectory of their life, that would be cool. Like if it's a college student where they're not the most social person, or they're not very confident, or don't have a good work ethic, or if I could help them get in shape, or like habits, or goal setting, or like something like small like that, or like self-talk, that's like something crazy I never thought that I would learn on how to do, or I thought it was stupid my first summer. And it's like the more summers the more summers I do Southwestern, the more I buy into it, and the more I see the value of what we can get here. Because after my first 2 summers, I realized that all the things that we can get through Southwestern is what multi-billionaires are learning, but we're learning at like 26 years old and younger. So that's why I keep coming back. Is the money will always be there, yes, but the impact and the skills that you're learning can be something that can never be untaught. That was actually really the hardest part, almost, is because we all have skeptics, and I had a lot of them, and I still have a lot of them. And they're like, "Yep, you didn't do well financially your first summer. Why are you doing it again?" And I told them, like, "Hey, I learned something like confidence. I learned on how to talk better with people. I learned on how to be like vulnerable and being honest and integrous." And after my second and my third summer, they're still asking me, like, "Tanner," like, because I'm 25 now, and so they're like, "All right, okay, so when are you gonna give it up? Like, when are you gonna get a real job, right?" And I told them, like I said in the beginning, there's something here, and I'm learning to develop the leadership skills, the help motivate other kids, and how to train, and all these things that can be applicable to being a successful business owner. And commitment is huge. Like, I mean, like, there's still something here for me. So that's why I'm telling my parents, listen, you guys might not get it. It's okay. But here is why I'm coming back, because of all these things that I'm getting through Southwestern at an early age that not a lot of people have the opportunity to do. And I'm going to be here for a little while till I get the most out that I want of Southwestern. I'm going to be here for at least 3-4 more years. And I know financially it's going to work out. I know, I mean, without a doubt, but you can't do this for the money. You can't, honestly, because if you're focused on making money, you're not going to make it. You're not. If you're focused on the impact, if you're focused on embracing the process, for sure that it gets better because you get better. And I mean, even from now, this is my second full-timing, like recruiting full-time students, because I work with students in South Dakota now, and then all of Nebraska. Last year I worked all of Wisconsin. So there's even been a huge difference between now and then. So I just think that personal growth, not like self-help stuff. No, I'm just thinking about just life experiences that I get to get at such a young age is going to be helpful. And then my parents are slowly starting to see that. If I could give advice to summer number 1 Tanner, be coachable. Holy crap, be coachable, and be honest, and integrity is huge. Like, for me, and a lot of people lie to get recognition. And so, and there's nothing wrong with being recognized. I love being recognized. Everybody loves recognition. But do it for the good reasons. Don't lie just to get recognized. So if I could tell Tanner 3 things: 1, be coachable; 2, your schedule, and it's your schedule; and then 3, know your sales talk before sales school. So those are 3 things I give someone. Number 1, Tanner. And then if I could give advice for someone who wants to look into this, do I think it's for everybody? No. Do I think that people can get a lot out of this that can help them in personal growth wise, life wise, financial wise? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. Will you learn a lot? Yes. So if you're looking for something that is challenging, you're kind of nervous about like jumping off the high dive and you don't really know whether you should, take the jump, because it's so much more rewarding. I promise. And it'll be worth it. I promise. Okay. My first summer, I lived with like, it was me and another guy from Missouri. So we lived with a host dad by himself for like 2 weeks or so. And then we found another guy who lived by himself. And that was cool. And we didn't pay any rent that first summer. He was really nice. We found him through a church. And then my second summer, I actually lived with alumni. So the Lemmermans, yes, Jenny and Daryl Lemmerman. They were alumni. I did this for 6 summers each, I think. I mean, plus I think that's how they met, honestly. And that was cool. I lived with like 3 Southwestern guys. One was from Nebraska, one of them was from Iowa. And then my third summer, I was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So that was cool. I actually lived in the house of current Southwestern guys who were working in the summer. I just lived in their house and no one lived there. So basically I had a whole house to myself. That was cool. I lived with one of the roommates. He was from Minnesota, and we paid rent like $30 a week. So super easy. And then this past summer was pretty cool. So I lived with a mom, me and one other guy from Wisconsin, and it was just her and her dog, and we found her through a church. And then that was most of the summer, probably like 11 weeks. And then my last 2 weeks of the summer, I actually found a host home in Canada. So that was cool. So that's been kind of my host family experience.